So we're not cooking with gas anymore. Now we're cooking with magnetic induction. This is Random Bits RV. So it's Mike with Random Bits RV, and today I'm very excited. The good people of Avalon Bay sent me their magnetic induction cooktop model IC100B. I want to talk why magnetic induction is good for RVers. The one thing that I really like about induction cooking inside the rig is that you're eliminating one heat transfer. Normally, if you've got a propane cooktop inside your RV, which most do, you've got a flame. That flame is hot. The heat from that flame has to transfer to that pan because it's the pan that actually does the cooking. So with magnetic induction, that first transfer of heat doesn't exist because the electricity and the magnetic electricity generates from that induction burner and it induces it into that pan, and only the pan gets hot during magnetic induction cooking. So the end result with that is that you have less heat buildup inside your RV. So let's take a look at the Avalon Bay induction cooktop. So just a word of caution when using a magnetic induction cooktop is that the top here is made out of ceramic material, so it is breakable, so you need to be careful. You don't want to put anything down on this too hard. And also, the other thing that I want to mention is, while I mentioned earlier how this doesn't get hot, it doesn't generate heat. It generates magnetic induction that, again, it excites that pan and makes the pan itself hot. The heat from the pan will transfer back down to this burner. So I don't want you to think it's going to be totally cool to the touch, because it won't. It'll get hot, but it gets hot from the pan only. I want to tell you one other thing that I really like about this particular unit is there's two settings. The dial here will actually help you adjust the temperature, but you can hit the function button twice, and it will take you from a temperature setting to a watts setting, or how many watts are you using. Why do I like that? Well, if you're boondocking in the desert and you're running off your power inverter or you're running off of a generator, it's really nice to know how much power you're consuming. I will say that RVers in general are very much aware with the power that they're consuming, so this tells you, as it's variable, it tells you how many watts you're consuming. So that's really exciting. So let's do some cooking. I want to tell you that the pans, induction cooktops, do require special types of pans. They need to be magnetic. They need to have some sort of magnetic property. So the easiest way that I find is when I go into the cooking stores or Bed Bath Beyond and I'm pan shopping, I take a magnet off my refrigerator. If it sticks to the pan, it's safe to use on the magnetic cooktop. So okay, so we're all set up. Tonight I'm going to go ahead and pan fry two very nicely cut ribeyes. Let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and turn this on, and it's starting to heat up in there. So I'm going to go ahead and take some standard, some extra virgin olive oil. I'm going to lightly coat the bottom of the pan. And while that's getting hot, I'm going to go ahead and take my ribeye steaks. I've got 2 ribeyes here, and season them. Now, some beef purists will tell you that you should only put salt and pepper on beef. I like to put a little garlic on mine. Don't tell the purist. So here we go. Some salt, some ground pepper, and some garlic powder. And that's all we need. Now I can tell this pan is already hot. It's ready to start. I'm going to flip these over and repeat the process with salt. Yeah, I can see the oil in that pan is already starting to smoke, so I'm going to dial this down and get the other side with pepper and some garlic powder on the other side. And we're not going to go real shy with the garlic. So I'm going to take these ribeyes and I'm just going to drop them right in. And I hope you can hear that. So we're going to give these a we're going to let them set. Okay, so I'm going to take a peek on the other side here. I'm just interacting with one of our neighbors. We're in Quartzsite, Arizona right now, and yeah, there's a nice char. Not char, but there's a nice cook on that, and it's starting to caramelize on one side, so I'm going to go ahead and flip the other one over as well. Oh, and I wish you could smell how good this smells right now. I can really smell that garlic. So we got a nice sear on one side, and we're going to go hit that sear on the opposite side. Now, if these were really thick ribeyes, which they're not, these are nice thinly sliced ribeyes. If they were really thick, I would use the pan and sear them, and then I would back the heat way down so that we could finish cooking them on the stovetop. Or if I were in a kitchen with a regular oven, I might even just take the whole pan, stick them in the oven. But since we're out in the desert in Arizona and we're outside, I'm going to go ahead and finish these off on the cooktop. Yeah, the other side is starting to caramelize real nicely as well. And I'll be right back. Probably about 3 minutes into the cook process on the other side, and I would imagine that these are just about done. Yeah, and they went, I think they cooked right past medium rare. They might be about medium. I'm going to cut in and cheat a little bit and take a look. Yeah, they're a nice medium. And two nicely cooked ribeyes. And this was the Induction Cooktop by Avalon Bay. And I'm Mike with Random Bits RV, and we'll see you on the road.